Hey guys, James here. Today in this video I'm going to be reviewing some of the dustless options and tools by Metabo. What I've got here in my hand is the comfort sander. This is used for sanding plasterboard or drywall, and then in conjunction with that we'll also be looking at their vacuum system. This is the wet and dry vac, and I'll also be talking about some of the various attachments like this dustless drill attachment that basically attaches to the hose, suctions to the wall, and then you can drill through without getting dust on it. So I'll show you the tools in action, and then I'll come back and tell you a little bit about how they performed. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so here's a perfect environment where we want to be using dustless equipment. You can see here my client's got a hallway where they've got picture frames, coffee tables, we've got some coats hanging up on the coat rack in the background there. The last thing we want is dust floating around this area. So what I'm going to do is try out the comfort sander on this wall behind us. We've put a little door in underneath the staircase, and we've got no architraves where it's been plastered around. So I'm going to sand that back and see how it goes. The great thing with this vac, like most of them, you actually plug the power for the tool down to the vacuum on at the top, and when you've got a drill, just switch it down. It'll only operate when the machine operates. We'll flick it to machine operation. Okay, so the machine should now be powered up. In theory, when I turn the actual sander on, it should power the vac. So let's give it a go. Velcro padded, so basically just goes straight on the bottom. Another great feature about this sander is at the top here it's got like a little light you can flick on, and it's an LED. So for most drywallers or gyp rockers, that'll come in handy if you're in a dark room, there's no power. A lot of places haven't been fitted out yet, so that'll be good for getting into tight spots. Now, is it 100% dustless? No, I think it takes a little bit of technique to get it right as well too. Being in this tight little space, I sort of caught it up on edge a couple of times, and as soon as that flat disc is off the wall, then it allows for it just to spin out. So I'll pan down here and show you a little bit of the dust that I've actually got down here. But I'd say, 95% cleaner than doing it by hand, letting the dust go everywhere. Okay, so look, it's not perfect. You can see down there there's a bit of dust on the floor. But that said, it's how I operated it as well too. This is this first time at having a go at it, so I'm a little bit of a rookie. So I think once I get my technique right and work on getting this swivel going a little bit better, I think that'll make the world of difference. Now I'm just tidy it up. Okay, so next I'm going to hang a heavy picture up here on the wall. And again, because it's inside, I've got the mantelpiece here for the fire. I don't want the dust going everywhere. So I'm going to use this attachment here. And you'll see, basically, it's got a little hole in the end where you can put your drill bit through. That attaches to the vacuum, acts as a suction cap, goes on the wall, holds itself so you can drill it through. So close up of that now. Okay, got my two marks. Just a matter of putting this drill attachment on, turning the vacuum on, sliding it up, we're ready to go. So let's see how this thing works. Man, that thing is bloody awesome. I think I've just found my new favourite toy. Not a drop of dust on this mantelpiece. Suction is so good on it. God, I don't know how to live without this thing. Like working inside clients' places, where normally that red dust drops down and you wipe it and it still gets stuck in the cracks and stuff like that. This thing is absolute genius. I love it. So a bit of a close-up of the tool. You can see here you've got these attachments on the side. Makes it quite easy just to be able to clip those back and then take the body of the tool away from the sanding arm. Just take them off on both sides. Then that just levers out, which also then makes it nice and easy to then just attach these extension arms on. Pretty simple operation to basically extend it if you want to use that arm all the way out. This little ball joint on the end is pretty unique, makes it quite easy to actually maneuver around. So you've got a bit of pivot side to side, and you've also got it up and down, so you can pretty much maneuver that in any direction you want, because that also spins on the head. All the range of movements that you need to get into some of those tight spots. On the back you've got this square plate like this, which makes it nice and easy to get into corners and to be able to sand pretty much within a millimetre, if not more, right at the edge of that sanding pad there. You've got these fine brushes which run around the edge, which try to capture most of the dust. You'll see in my video that I do need a little bit of extra training and time with this. I'm not the best at sort of running this off the edge, and dust went everywhere within the video, so I think that's user error. But I think once you get used to that, you could actually get a pretty nice dust-free environment. You've got these holes through the pad where the vacuum just sucks in that air and then brings it down through the pipe and continues down through the handle and then out the back of the attachment here. Then on the attachment side of things, you've also got this extra one here. If you really want to make sure your hose is not going to come off, mine came off a couple of times just because I stood on it while I was working. This will slide up and actually lock into place. Once that goes over, it clips in. And then on the back here, you've got a little threaded section that you can screw that onto your hose. So it's guaranteed not to pop off. You'll see on the side here, it is variable speed. So once you turn this on, you can adjust that up or down, range from 1 right through to 6. The only thing that is either an advantage or a disadvantage, for me, I'd probably prefer to have a trigger that I could pull and adjust it. Once you turn this on, then it's on all the time. The other thing is the LED light will only come on when the machine's switched on, but you'll see that that light at the bottom of the sander here won't operate until I actually turn that on. Now that's on, that's the only thing I'd probably like to see, is that you can turn that light on or off without the machine being on, just in case you want to check a couple of areas, because when you do turn the machine on, it tends to blow a little bit of residual or excess dust out of there. So if you're in a room and you just want to have a look at the work that you've done, I'd like to be able to just switch that on. Only one little thing, nothing major. Okay, so there you have it. There's the comfort sander with all its accessories. Now, I must say, very impressed with this machine. To have a dust-free environment, especially when it comes to drywall or gyprock, is pretty cool. To be able to not have to sand overhead or sand by hand and have all that dust drop on you. Don't get me wrong, there still is a little bit of a dust, and once you master the technique, I'm sure it's probably dustless, but for me, I'm pretty new at it, so just trying to get used to it. But a great little tool, and especially if you're doing a lot of drywall and gyprock, it come in very handy on the day-to-day. Good for the apprentices as well too, because they're normally the poor buggers stuck doing all the sanding. Anyway, that's a comfort sander. Now I'll talk a little bit about the vacuum. Okay, and here we have the wet and dry vac. The first thing you notice about this little compact unit is how well they've designed it. I haven't seen any other units like this where they've thought about all the accessories that can actually clip on. Now it's pretty amazing to be able to have this section at the back where your little handle drops into, and this is good quality aluminium, so nice and tough. So you're not worried about these things floating around the back of your truck or trying to find where your attachments are. They're actually here on the actual device itself, which makes sense. You've also got your other attachments at the back that slide in, lock into position in these little areas, brushes, any other attachments that you may have with it, like this little dustless suction system for drilling. And then once they're on, even the actual hose itself wraps around and clips into this little arm at the back. It's great, so it holds everything into position. So to have a tool that does that, like I said, but I've got tools in the back of the truck, and if they're not attached to the actual item themselves, they get lost, they get ruined, they get broken if they're rolling around. So that, on the front of the machine, you've got the controls here, so your standard power just to turn it on, or when you switch it to this drill mode and you plug in whatever it might be here, once you've got it switched on there, when you pull the trigger on your device, then this machine will automatically kick in and start vacuuming. Inside the unit, you've got the filter system up the top here. In the base, you've either got this Hessian bag that'll catch your dry dust, which clips onto the front of the system here, or if you're doing any wet vacuuming, it comes with the water bag that just goes in and attaches over there to get your water as well. And then there's this little attachment. I don't know what else to say, I think I said it all in the video, but bloody impressive. This has saved me an hour of cleanup. To be able to have this on the end of the drill, suction it on the wall, one-handed operation once the machine's running, and then drill through it, just saves all the dust falling down. So, like I said, I'm not going to ramble on about it. Sold separately, but an absolute lifesaver if you're doing some internal work in people's properties. Very good attachment. Okay, so there you have it, guys. A couple of tools in the range of Metabo's Dustless system. The comfort sander and the other attachment along with this vacuum cleaner have been awesome. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a thumbs up, like or subscribe. I'll catch you next time. Cheers guys.